Greetings, fans! The NFL scene is constantly in turmoil, and for us, Monday begins with news that is dividing opinions and generating a deep mystery behind the scenes. The name echoing in the corridors of Lambeau Field is Anthony Richardson. According to recent information from Stephen Holder of ESPN, the Indianapolis Colts quarterback, who is available for trades, has set the league's sights on a specific direction, Wisconsin. Although there is no imminent deal, sources indicate that the Green Bay Packers are the team to be closely monitored in this move. This isn't the first time Richardson has been linked to a potential trade to the Packers, and it certainly won't be the last. We're talking about a former first-round pick whose career start didn't follow the planned script. In just 11 starts for the Colts, his numbers were, to say the least, worrying. Less than 50% completion rate, 1,800 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. However, what attracts the front office isn't his recent past, but rather his absurd physical potential. Height, strength, arm talent, and mobility that makes him a constant threat outside the pocket. The big question is it worth the risk? The cost would be low, possibly a 7th-round pick, which makes us wonder if this raw talent doesn't deserve a chance under our coaching staff. Man, talking about Anthony Richardson gives me butterflies in my stomach. His IndyCar numbers were a disaster. There's no way to excuse that. But my fan side looks at that physique and thinks, imagine this monster being honed by LaFleur. It's the kind of news that makes you question the GM's sanity. But deep down, you want it to happen just for the chaos and the potential. Renan. To understand this potential trade, we need to look at what the market offers today and how our team is positioned for the future. Entering 2026 with Desmond Ridder as Jordan Love's immediate backup raises questions. After all, what is the real difference between Ridder and Richardson if both need to take over the game in an emergency? The logic here is the same as we've applied in the past, seeking high-ceiling talent at a low cost. It's the philosophy of transforming undervalued assets into impact players. But before we delve into the financial details and upcoming signings, I want to extend a special invitation to you who live the team's daily life. Whether this is your first time here or you already follow our daily analyses, subscribe to the channel, leave your like and comment below. Would you accept Anthony Richardson for a 7th-round pick? Our goal is to reach 30,000 subscribers before the draft, which is less than a month and a half away. Your participation is what drives our community and ensures that the content reaches more and more fans. Let's work together to reach this historic milestone, as we are less than 200 subscribers away from the next step. This is the pure reality. Looking at the bench and seeing Ridder doesn't bring peace to anyone. My opinion is that we can't stand still. Fan engagement is essential because I know Packers fans are demanding and critical, and Richardson's doubt is the perfect fuel for debate. If the fans don't get involved now, when will they? Renan. Many fans may react with skepticism upon hearing Richardson's name. He doesn't play well, some will say. But allow me to refresh everyone's memory about the Malik Willis case. When he arrived via a trade that nobody gave a chance to, coming from Tennessee, his numbers were equally discouraging. 53% completion rate and no passing points. At the time, many banged their fists on the table saying it was a mistake. Today, we see the result. A quarterback who has become so valuable that he has yielded an immense financial return and draft picks, in addition to becoming a multi-million-dollar asset in the league. The risk-reward for Anthony Richardson follows the same path. Currently, we have 3 7th-round picks. Do we really need 3 players who, more often than not, don't even make the final 53-man roster? Or would it make more sense to use one of these lottery tickets on an athlete who is younger than many prospects coming out of college right now? Richardson already has 3 years of NFL experience under his belt and is still younger than Taylor Green from Arkansas, for example. Putting him in Matt LaFleur's quarterback school could be the difference he never had in Indianapolis. If he fails, the cost was negligible. If he shines, we have a very valuable asset in our hands. That's my favorite argument. I remember how the crowd cursed when Willis arrived. And look what happened. We turned water into wine. Richardson is younger, stronger, and has a much higher ceiling. If it only costs a 7th round, I'll pick him up at the airport. It's like buying a lottery ticket without fear of losing your money. Renan. While rumors about the quarterback dominate the headlines, the front office has been quietly working on the defensive side. Zaire Franklin's contract extension has been confirmed. A 2-year deal worth $18 million, including a $3.75 million signing bonus. Franklin will now earn an average of $9 million per year, a well-deserved raise for a player who is a true workhorse. Last year, he was present in over 1,100 snaps, recording 125 tackles and being a consistent source of reliability. This move gains even more weight when compared to Key Walker's situation. Walker left for the Las Vegas Raiders on a 3-year contract worth over $40 million, which equates to approximately $13.5 million annually. By securing Franklin for $4 million less per year than Walker's market value, management demonstrates sharp financial intelligence. The Zaire Franklin plays more games, gets injured less, and delivers very similar, if not superior, statistical output in terms of volume. This proves that the team is prioritizing efficiency and cost-effectiveness to maintain a healthy payroll without losing competitiveness in the middle of the defense. Masterful deal. Key Walker is talented, but Zaire Franklin is the guy who won't let you down. Paying less for a guy who plays more and produces the same amount is what keeps us competitive. I feel bad for Key, but the team's finances and the consistency of the defense are extremely grateful. It was a checkmate by management. Renan. With the defensive foundation adjusting, the focus now shifts to the depth of the roster, especially in the pass rush. One name that emerges strongly is Jadeveon Clowney. At 33 years old, the edge rusher is coming off a very solid season with the Dallas Cowboys. Clowney is the type of veteran who has specialized in 1-year contracts and delivers immediate results, being especially strong against the run, an area where we are always looking for improvements. He wouldn't cost a fortune and would bring vital experience to our defensive rotation. Along the same lines, we have Joey Bosa. Like Clowney, Bosa was an elite prospect who is now entering a phase of his career with short, provisional contracts. After years in Los Angeles and a recent stint in Buffalo, he fits the profile of a veteran who can be productive in a system that doesn't require him to play every snap. Having a player of this caliber rotating to maintain pressure on the opposing quarterback is a luxury that can elevate our defense to a new level. Both players offer that necessary toughness for postseason games, where experience and physical strength on the front line decide the fate of the matches. This is the signing that would let me sleep soundly. Jordan Morgan might be the future, sure, but Jordan Love needs security now. Decker knows the division, knows how the Detroit guys play, and is a rock. Protecting Love isn't an expense, it's an investment. If he's a free agent, he needs to be signed yesterday. Renan. Switching to the other side of the ball, protecting Jordan Love is our #1 priority. Taylor Decker, former left tackle for the Detroit Lions, is a name we can't ignore. He requested his release and, surprisingly, is still available on the free agency market. While the coaching staff believes Jordan Morgan could be a future answer for the position, Decker is a certainty in the present. He is a much more established and reliable player than any prospect coming from the draft or from developing players. Signing Taylor Decker would bring immediate stability to the offensive line for a price that, given the timing of free agency, tends to be quite affordable. It's not just about talent, but about division knowledge and locker room leadership. Protecting our starting quarterback's blind side with a veteran of that caliber would allow younger players to develop without the pressure of being thrown to the wolves prematurely. It's a move that makes perfect sense for a team that intends to compete now, ensuring that the investment made in Love is protected in the best possible way. Bringing Rasul back would be exciting. The guy embodies the spirit of Green Bay. Now, Deebo Samuel, that's just unfair. LaFleur's offense with a versatile player like him becomes like a video game. With Daubs leaving, we need a star who can intimidate. Deebo doesn't go onto the field to play, he goes on to dominate. He would be the perfect fit. Renan. In the secondary, the possibility arises of a reunion that would please many fans. Rasul Douglas. After spending time in Miami, Douglas is a free agent and knows our system intimately. He is a natural competitor who could fight for the #2 cornerback spot, or, at the very least, drastically increase the depth of the unit. Douglas is known for his game reading and ability to generate turnovers, something that has always been a trademark here in Wisconsin. And to round out the offensive targets, we can't forget Deebo Samuel. With the loss of Romeo Doubs, a vacuum of veteran playmakers opened up in the receiving corps. While we have high hopes for Matthew Golden and Savion Williams, Deebo Samuel would bring a completely different dynamic. He's a player who thrived in Kyle Shanahan's scheme, which shares fundamental similarities with Matt LaFleur's system. Using him as a hybrid receiver and running weapon would be a nightmare for opposing defenses. He's the kind of addition that changes the level of an offense, giving Love a safe and explosive outlet. Ultimately, what I feel is that the team has stopped being afraid to take risks. Whether it's with Richardson or with heavyweight veterans, we want the ring. The draft will be the final point, but these moves now are what separates the title contenders from the extras. I'm optimistic, but with my feet on the ground, I'm waiting for Goot's next move. We've reached the end of another intense analysis this Monday. The picture that emerges is of an aggressive, yet calculating team. Whether in the search for a backup quarterback with a star ceiling like Anthony Richardson, or in retaining pillars like Zaire Franklin, the message is clear. The objective is to win. The pieces are on the board, and the proximity of the draft only increases the tension and expectation of each fan. We are monitoring every rumor and every official move to bring you the most accurate information. Thank you for spending this Monday with me. Stay tuned, because if something big happens, we can come back at any time with extraordinary additions. The 30,000 subscriber goal is right around the corner, and with your support, we'll break that record before the first pick of the draft. And don't forget to check the links in social media for real-time updates. Keep commenting with your opinions on Richardson and the new targets, because I read everything. We'll be back soon with more news, analysis, and everything involving our beloved team. Until next time, and let's move forward.